new PDP or the old PDP?
No.
If you look at what happened,
no, you can't.
That your PDP went to court and they challenged on
A community without a common ground will eventually become a battleground.
This is Pastor Chibo phoning from Obu local government, Enugu State.
Okay, let's go ahead.
Political voices are in my CNN here. I love it, and I love it very much. My name is Lily from Kogi State. Political voices always keeping me busy, always making me happy as I'm on strike as a student.
Political voices. One story, many angles.
Listen, I am telling you that
I don't agree. I don't. No. You can't say that.
Politics. Where is good governance?
Everyone is a political animal.
I don't like politics.
But I love political voices.
On Political Voices, we talk politics. In a country of diverse interests, who gets what, when, and how is politics. And this is our business on Political Voices. Nigeria, a country of over 160 million people. Political Voices is gauging the temperature, setting the agenda. Political Voices exclusively on Dream FM, 9 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday.
Good morning and welcome to Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM. Political Voices is a session of comments, interviews and analysis of trending political stories as they affect and shape the world around you. Today is Wednesday. It is the 16th day of September 2020, and this morning our focus will be reviewing former President Obasanjo's comments on Nigeria being a failed state. We will look at the issues, the concerns, and the way forward. But before we get into all that, there are a few issues that are coming to the forefront in the political space. After an 8-hour meeting with the organized labor and the trade union with the Minister of Labor, it ended in a deadlock on Tuesday following the inability of the parties to reach a consensus. While the organized labor was demanding the reversal of the hikes in the price of petrol and electricity tariffs, the federal government pleaded for understanding, saying it could not sustain the fuel subsidy. The Minister of Niger Delta Affairs, Senator Godswill Akpabio, on Tuesday held a series of meetings with some stakeholders in the National Assembly over the ongoing investigation of the Niger Delta Development Commission. Akpabio was at the office of the acting clerk to the National Assembly, Olatunde Ojo, and chairman of the House Committee on Niger Delta Affairs, Olubumi Tunji Ojo, where he met with them separately behind closed doors. Both the Senate and the House are investigating the alleged illegal spending and mismanagement of 81.5 billion naira by the NDDC under Akpabio's supervision as minister. The committee had only laid its interim report in which it indicted Akpabio and the NDDC management, while the House has resolved that the panel continues with probe and present a comprehensive report. Those are some of the issues that are making the headlines in the political space. Remember, we are live on 3 platforms. On YouTube, you can toggle for the live video on our YouTube channel, Dream TV, and remember to turn on notification. And you can watch us live still on Facebook, 925 Dream FM. Remember to turn on notification and follow the page. And on Twitter, it's at 925 Dream FM. Remember to turn on notification and follow us on Twitter. You can drop a message on our WhatsApp line, 0902 0020 925. We'll do justice to the discussion. Stay with us. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo last week said the country was slowly becoming a failed state and more divided under the Buhari regime. But the presidency reacted to the comment by describing the ex-president as a divider-in-chief. So we are taking a look at this today in the light of what it portends. Is it that this particular administration is not listening to good counsel, or that there's a President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo, is just trying to be a mischief maker? Remember, even Wole Soyinka has joined the fray. He says that he's notoriously no fan of Olusegun Obasanjo And he says that with other past leaders, that Obasanjo was also part of the crumbling of the edifice that is still generously called Nigeria. He says he has no reasons to change his stance on Obasanjo's record. He says nonetheless that he will embrace the responsibility of calling attention to any accurate reading of this nation from whatever source as a contraption teetering on the very edge of total collapse. Says that we are close to extinction as a viable community of peoples, supposedly bound together under the equitable set of protocols of cohabitation, capable of producing its own means of existence and devoid of a culture of sectarian privilege and will to dominate. And one of the issues former President Obasanjo raised is this administration's inability to manage the country's diversity. Welcome once again to Political Voices. I'm joined on the program this morning by Dr. Augustine Okolie. He's a policy management consultant and a public affairs analyst. Good morning to you, sir. Good to have you back.
Les, good morning, and thank you for having me. Welcome, listeners.
All right, then. We also have in the studio Mr. Ebubagu Felix Okafo. He's the state coordinator, APC National Coalition for Peace and Mobilization.
Good morning, Les, and thank you for having me. Good morning, Dr. Austin.
Good morning, my brother. You're welcome.
All right. So I will start by majorly asking you, Dr. Augustine Okolie, when we talk about this, there could be a million answers to one question, but I'll ask you straight up, looking you in the eye, is Nigeria a failed state?
Well, the situation has been put in the public domain. Looking at the already put out information, the global indices, the global index, the perception index, the reality on the ground about Nigeria. Nigeria is said today to be the third most terrorized country in the world, the third in the ranking of terrorized nations. Nigeria is also ranked as the most terrorized country in African continent. Nigeria, as we speak, has an economy that is decrepit and in tatters. We are just borrowing money like Zimbabwe. We are just spending money without pointing at anything. The situation is such that it is getting to the worst of not even allowing people to speak out. We are all living witnesses to the refrain of hate speech, hate language, fake news, all in a bid to clamp down on free speech. We are all aware of all the indices with which to measure a healthy country, with which to measure a country that is progressing, a country that is emerging either in economy or in the political space. Nigeria is not even seen on the radar again. So it is left for you within your own conjecture to know whether Nigeria is failing, Nigeria has failed, or Nigeria is about to fail. Nigeria just came out of a recession in terms of economy. The pursuit of those who have, corruptly enriched themselves has not achieved any meaningful success. The third arm of government governance, benchmarks, that is security or insecurity. You can now see that it has become systemic. Nobody is safe again. The civil defense, the military men, the road safety people, the policemen, everybody is running helter-skelter like the civilians, whether in Borno State, in Katsina State, in Zamfara State, in Kaduna State, particularly in southern Kaduna, and in the southern countries like southeast, southwest, and nowhere is safe, not even in the Federal Capital Territory. People are being abducted, people are being conscripted, people are being raped, people are being killed. So, I don't know what is failed state. We are even ranked above Iraq. We are even ranked by global indices, and those who should know, above Afghanistan. In fact, I don't know whether we are better than Afghanistan. Afghanistan is better than us, even without any formal war. So, I do not want to make any pronouncement whether you're looking me in the eye or not. The truth is that Obasanjo has come out again without mincing words. He called a group of people. He organized a group of people who he felt that these are birds of the same feather, those who are patriotic like him, those who think alike. And after a kind of a forum, a discussion, he called it a consultative forum. Then at the end of the day, he issued a communique. And they raised an alarm. And from alarm, he pressed the alert button. That Nigeria is quickly drifting at the tipping point of being tipped over. Even Professor Wole Soyinka, like you read out, who has never agreed with Obasanjo, they made a congruent point at this particular issue. The leader, or the deputy leader of the House minority, that's the PDP, Chief Tobi Okechukwu, also, while talking to the press, also agreed that Obasanjo should not be talked back to. The presidency, in their desperate initiative, quickly, instead of digesting the issue, instead of looking at the message and not the messenger, they started talking about somebody descending from commander-in-chief to becoming divider-in-chief. I don't know what that means, because we know that the issues on the table is that there's no security. We don't even talk about economy when there is insecurity. We don't even talk about welfare when somebody is, running away from their lives. Nigerians are being killed in droves at home and abroad. Nigerian life does not matter again. I don't know whether to start shouting whether Nigerian lives matter. Like in America, they say Black lives matter. So it is left for government, whose duty is to, primary assignment is to protect lives and property and to give us welfare. And to remember that government and governance, that the people who elected them, who gave them their mandate and surrendered their sovereignty, are the employers. Whereas government are supposed, or government members of government are supposed to be the employees, who should take orders and they take instructions from the employers. So now the government is talking as if people who now, the masquerade that made himself. So we don't know why. Some people are keeping quiet. Some people are praying. Nigerian praise. Some people are afraid to speak because nobody is unaware of what is happening to Obadiah Melafia, who has become a permanent guest at the Intel office, the DSS office, police office every day. So what Obasanjo said is not strange to anybody. I think Obasanjo is on point. And what the government needs is to digest and to respond in terms of trying to better the danger that is looming all over the place.
All right, then. Ebuwago Felix Okafor, the presidency's reaction to Obasanjo's comments by referring to him as divider-in-chief, is this a response befitting the comments of the former president? Or, when you look at the response from the presidency, shouldn't they be responding to the issues he raised instead of trying to name call?
Well, I want to use this wonderful opportunity to say that the president acted aptly and more decisively to Obasanjo as a divider-in-chief. Not only that he's a divider, he descended from the Olympia height of commander-in-chief to the divider-in-chief. Let me put it clear. It's a known fact that since 1967, or thereabout, or earlier than that, Nigeria has been suffering the same fate it is suffering now. And Obasanjo participated actively in all this from 1967 to today. And every effort in Nigeria has been to put the country together. Not that the country were together before Buhari came in. No, never a time. Unless you can bear me witness and history can adjudge me right, that Nigeria has never, even before the advent of the Britain, Nigeria was never united. It was a deliberate attempt to unite Nigeria that everybody is putting in place. And that's what President Muhammad Buhari is doing. All the things that you see in Nigeria today, the misnomer from 1999 to today, is all the challenges was inherited from PDP. It was bad inheritance that Muhammad Buhari he engaged himself in damage control. Because PDP had done a lot of damage to this country. So President Obasanjo, when there was constitutional conference, what was his position? He was the person that wanted to instill himself as the third-term president. But Nigerians resisted him. What is the meaning of federalism? Why the structure is being talked about? Why the structure? So the truth of the matter is Nigeria has remained the same. Nigeria was never united at any time. There are this clear segmentation that did not start today. The thieves were there before now. The Oduduwa were there before now. Plateau Igbo were there before now. The Kanuris were there before now. The Fulanis were there before now. And it did not just start on the President Muhammad Buhari. And why then should anybody say that he's the divider of this country when he is fighting and putting effort to build bridges across all the segments of Nigeria? The truth of the matter is that the nation is passing through some challenges. And those challenges are clear. The challenges are insecurity, which everybody must put hands on deck to see how these security challenges will be tackled. Boko Haram, we are inherited. It was during the time of Obasanjo that Boko Haram, became more pronounced, and it transformed. It was during Obasanjo that the good people of Odi were nearly wiped out. And talk what happened in Benue State, where a community was invited by a group of military men, and they cleared the entire village. So President Muhammad Buhari has never engaged in that. And APC will never engage in the type of atrocity that Nigeria has witnessed under Obasanjo.
Is it necessary to bring down any discussion about good governance to basically party politics? Is this about APC or PDP, or is this about Nigeria?
We are talking about Nigeria, how Nigeria were handled. We're not talking about PDP. We say when Obasanjo was president, what happened? Why was people stopped from coming to say this is what Nigeria will be? Why did he fail to devolve the powers from center to the states and regions? Were there regions in Nigeria before Buhari? Were there regions? If there were regions, why will anybody say that President Muhammad Buhari is dividing Nigeria? Were there insecurity? Were there insecurity kidnapping before Buhari came in? Were there kidnapping before Buhari came in? Were there Boko Haram before Buhari came in? The only new thing that erupted under President Muhammad Buhari is the bandits. And these bandits were mainly in the northwest. Zamfara, Katsina. Even they were challenging Buhari. They were challenging him. But the president has taken his time. The security apparatus in Nigeria, they are doing the best they can do to make sure that this Hydra-headed security challenge are brought under control. So I wouldn't say that the governance of President Muhammad Buhari has divided Nigeria, but the government of President Muhammad Buhari are facing more serious security challenges. And President Muhammad Buhari and his team are working assiduously to put Nigeria together and on the progress and the economic path. Take it that way.
All right, and thank you. Dr. Austin Okolie, what is fueling this rhetoric? Is it that Nigerians are living in a different country, or that the people in government are in another? What's going on?
If I have not been meeting this my friend, the Bubago Kaf, I would have thought of just coming out from prison. Gulag prison, where he doesn't listen to any news, doesn't get any information, because I wouldn't have even said he's coming out from another country or from another planet. I think his own Nigeria is different from the one we are inhabiting. But be that as it may, the truth is that it is a reality on the ground. And nobody is calling Buhari divider in chief. Nobody is saying Buhari is dividing the country. I'm surprised he's saying Nigeria has not been united up to today. I'm just surprised a Nigerian from Southeast extraction. But we're entitled to our views and our opinions. Let me respond to your question. The truth is that America has also warned their citizens in Nigeria about the grave insecurity. So many people are leaving Nigeria in droves, even Nigerians. They stopped giving people visas from traveling outside Nigeria because it is like a Zion exodus. And Nigerian doctors and nurses and professionals are leaving Nigeria in droves. So even before the COVID crisis, our borders were closed. The only place that was left open was the airspace. They know that people are exiting. We have a cold region and a hot region, both of them in extremities. And Nigeria are staying at the middle of the coldest and the hottest. Now, let me be able to paint a gory picture of what is going on in Nigeria. You see, until somebody dies, it doesn't believe that there is death. Some people are saying there's nothing like COVID. Some people are just politically trying to motivate themselves about, being Buharists or supporting government or supporting, particular sentiments. This is not about political party activity. This is not about PDP or APC. This is not about whether you are from this tribe or not. The rain is beating everybody as we speak, Alex. The rain is even beating more vigorously and more viciously in the north. There's a video I watched online about a certain Muslim cleric that was raining abuses on the leaders of the current government. So the truth is that there's no escape. There's no escapist tendencies. You cannot escape from reality. What everybody is saying, how do you come out of this? Everybody is saying that Buhari caused all the problems of Nigeria. We are saying that it has become worse. And with the promises and pledges of coming to change, the change mantra, I can't see anybody waving brooms again these days. I can't see anybody with brooms talking about change, that things are going to get better. All I can see now in the horizon now is excuses, empty excuses, and blame game. They always want to talk about previous administrations, but countries after wars, some good leaders turn countries around. After war, after severe destructions of people's lives and properties, how can somebody inherit a government with the largest economy in Africa, the most, happy people in the world? Nigeria was once adjudged the most happy people in the world, an emerging democracy, an emerging economy. Other African countries were looking up to Nigeria up to 2014. Alex, my colleague here forget to mention the herdsmen, the incidents of herdsmen. They prefer to call it clashes of farmers and herdsmen. I forgot to talk about bandits. They begin to declassify or classify bandits from Boko Haram from herdsmen, herdsmen to gunmen, all agents of insecurity and murderous squad gangs. So it is no longer news. We are not beginning to tell Nigerians that we have insecurity in Nigeria. We are talking about solutions. Everybody knows Obasanjo for what he is. But Obasanjo cannot be compared with this current administration. It is like comparing oranges and apple. We know that they are all citrus, but there's a very big difference between oranges and apple. Now, whether you are rich or you are poor, everybody is apprehensive. For the first time, north and south, southwest and southeast, north central, cultural organizations and political parties are united that Nigeria is quickly sliding into extinction. Because the number of people killed in Nigeria between 2015 and 2020 was not even the same number during the Civil War. Nigerian dies, nobody is even taken aback again when people are viciously killed. They visit death to people in southern Kaduna every day up to today. They visit death in people in Borno. Even the law enforcement agencies are no longer safe. They become targets. A military general came out confessing and at the social media about the situation they found themselves. He was quickly deployed to Siberia. So I want to say that this is not a case of playing politics. We are talking about governance. You have to have all it takes to govern a people. It goes beyond cock and shoot. It goes beyond catch offenders. It goes beyond blame game. It goes beyond rhetorics and pronouncements and trying to defend somebody. Everybody, Obasanjo did not come to talk about blaming government because we know where the problems are. No country has no problem, but to talk about statesmen and genuine leaders who come to turn things around for the better. Nobody wants to say, your class, you failed. I also failed. We're talking about Nigeria being a failed state. And we know Yemen. We know Somalia. We know Iraq. We know Syria. We know Afghanistan. Never in the thought or memory of any Nigerian in the past 10 years to think that we should be compared on any score, that Nigeria should be compared with these countries who we know the indices and the parameters that they are measured as failed states or states that are failing.
Okay.
Now, we are no longer talking about whether our economy is good or recession. We are no longer talking about welfare. We are talking about how to save a failing state from failure. So, it's not an issue of whether you are from Kanuri or from Kaduna or from Igbo or Yoruba.
Okay.
It is about leadership question. There is a leadership gap that we need to turn things around.
Okay, then. Abubaga Felix Okafor, one of the issues former President Obasanjo raised is this current administration's mismanagement of the country's diversity. What's your take on that?
Well, I would say that the truth of the matter is that there are perceptions that the administration has not managed very well the diversity of this nation. But that is from the opposition point of view. But I would like to say unequivocally that it is ripe, it is time now for the presidency to rejig the security architecture because of the Hydra-headed challenge and non-performance of the security chiefs, except the Inspector General of Police, who is doing excellently well. But in the army and in its entirety, there need to be an overhaul. And having said that, in doing that, the presidency ought to by now rejig also his cabinet to inject new blood into the government so that there will be new idea, there will be new thought, there will be new energy, making the government to move. But the truth of the matter is that Nigerian diversity has been there. Why APC defeated PDP in 2014-15 general election was that it was adjudged that PDP mismanaged Nigerian diversity and APC benefited therein. That's why I say that for any government to lose its credibility, there must be an indices of that government. The truth of the matter is that just like now, people are now saying presidency to this, presidency to that. I remember that President Muhammad Buhari once said that the presidency ought to come from the southeast, and there are other zones that are just looking for it. If the president has not managed our diversity, why calling for justice and equity in the distribution of power? So I would like to say that Augustine Okorie has been a very good friend of mine for some time, and I thank God that our seat has been separated here so that this discussion will not snowball into what a president and vice president saw themselves. The truth of the matter is that he has never changed his views about President Muhammad Buhari and the APC administration. Pessimistic has overshadowed his good reasoning and his economic excellence. That's why he has not been able to appreciate some of the scorecards of President Muhammad Buhari. Only he will be looking at the sore edge of the president and will continue to pommel it, which is not the best of him in consideration of his status as a doctor of economy. But the truth of the matter is that Nigeria, as I said earlier on, before now has been diversified. And just like in Enugu State, the way people are looking at His Excellency Governor Ifeanyi is not the way the people of Nsukka are looking at him. The Enugu West are saying that he's not doing the best. Enugu East, but his people in Nsukka, they are enjoying. Even they are making him proud of it. So people will continue to judge people because of our ethnic diversity. So Nigeria has never moved out of clannish sentiment and segregation. That's why I said that all these things were inherited by President Muhammad Buhari, admitted that there are some failures. But when we are talking about failures, particularly on security line, Nigeria Global Index has moved speedily from 47 to second position, which is a very dangerous slide. I will advise that the president will not treat this global index marking of Nigeria with a passing glance. A more decisive action should be taken about security, and also the dragging of Lafia because of comments he made. Nigerians are watching the globe, the world leaders are watching Nigeria, and let not the predictions come to pass. But I will recall that America once said that Nigeria will disintegrate in 2015. Which prophecy? American predictions has never failed, but in Nigeria it failed. Obasanjo's prediction has been consistent in failure, and this his position that Nigeria is becoming a failed state. I will say that Nigeria is not becoming a failed state, but Nigeria is being faced with security challenges and other challenges.
So, to answer the question a bit more, I wanted to be a bit more direct in answering the question. Do you think that this administration has done a fantastic job in managing the diversity of the country?
Well, I will say that not only that they have done excellently, but they will do more to manage the diversity of this country and do everything humanly possible. This administration, which I know, is doing everything humanly possible to make sure that Nigeria is together.
All right, and before we go to the phone lines, Dr. Kolia wants to respond to something.
No, with
very
all
quickly.
sense of responsibility, I do not want to say my friend do not understand what is diversity. Because in political appointments, in security appointments,
that's where you go.
Those are how you manage diversity.
Where you will go.
Please, if you allow me,
you have to
able to hold on. Let me tell you the areas that they use to manage diversity. The distribution of critical appointments, the distribution of certain offices, so that everybody will feel included. Talk about inclusive government, a united government, a government where everybody we believe that they are part of. So he's not managing. I think there's no other government, never in the history of this country, that have come this bad, this low, in terms of division. You forgot to know that this IPOB issue came up not until this administration come on board, because of what is going on in Southeast. And you are comparing Odi and Zakebiam, Obasanjo. You cannot compare with what happened in the capture of Nnamdi Kanu in Umuahia. How he was rounded up, how they besieged the community. What happened in Enugu the other day, in Emene? What happened in Oka? What happened in Ebonyi? What happened in the Southeast? It is only in this government that it is happening. That everybody, the clamor, the issue of security, people self-help, resorting to self-help, because they have lost confidence in the security architecture that you are calling for reform. So you can see Amoteku, Obunigwe, and even in the north is no longer one. One north, one destiny is far flung. The Northeast have now decided that they leave Arewa Consultative Forum and form their own Northeast for their own interest. The Middle Belt Forum have also decided in government and in socio-cultural organizations. So you can see that that is division. That is failure in managing the unity and focus of the country for prosperity. So we will continue the discussion, but because we are veering and saying Nigeria is at the best in managing, so I wanted to recall you back so that politics will not allow you to forget the issues on ground.
This is Political Voices on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM, and this morning we are taking a look at the review of Obasanjo's comments on Nigeria as a failed state I'm joined this morning on the program by Dr. Augustine Okolie and Mr. Ibubago Okafo. We open the phone lines now and check messages from our social media handles. You can call us on 0802 0020925 or 0809 8888925 or 0811 2925 925. Or you can send a WhatsApp message to 0802 0902 00200925. That's the number you can send that message to. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's the name and location?
I'm Dr. Emmanuel from
You're welcome.
Anambra State.
You're welcome. Can you move away from your radio so we can hear you?
Don't mind the radio. Shut up.
All right, go ahead.
You guys are doing marvelous work. Somebody who can dictate a bee from a goon's feet can appreciate the liberation of Nigeria.
I think he mistakenly put himself on hold. All right, then. Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the name and location?
My name is Mr. Johnson Wood. I come from Enugu.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You people have done justice to the program this morning. I thank the guests there. See, the whole discussion there, that Dr. Rubago have already cleared the whole mess there. Nigeria is not united. The security operatives and architects are there. No Southeast are there among the service chiefs. And people are there talking. The other guy there, the other doctor there have said everything. Buhari administration fair working. If somebody talk to, what will happen? Citizens are hunger everywhere. We are suffering. Diet of Africa. We have everything to eat. Taste. Now look at the fuel now. I'm on the road now to office. I bought for 160. Well, but during Obasanjo, they sell for 40-something, 60-something. Jonathan came on board, sell for 80-something. And when Jonathan added 140 against a subsidy, every country shut down. But look at what is going on now. Nobody is talking.
All right,
professors are not talking. No protest.
You've made your point. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's the name and location?
My name is Linus. I'm calling you from it.
You're welcome, Linus.
Dr. Dr. Okoli, a very wonderful one this morning.
Thank you.
Unless security situation in Nigeria today is pronounced worse than every other successful administration in Nigeria here. How can a sitting president handle the network of the security of a particular country by just a extension of a country, the Fulanis? I will tell you that Obasanjo killed so many people in Zakidam and Udi. Udi take out government and Obasanjo it was corrected in Zakidam. The situation there was they killed our soldiers protectors and Obasanjo addressed it as a why Boko Haram have been pronounced in a naked manner.
Linus,
yes, yellow.
I think there is something with your line. You may want to call us back. Some of the things you're saying seem to be lost in waffles and wobbles. You might want to call us back. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
What's your name and location?
Okay, my name is Matthew. I'm calling from Independent Lab.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I would like to thank the gentlemen in the studio. They have actually done well. But I'm not really happy with what Dr. Ibubago Okafo is saying. He's bringing in partisan politics into the insecurity happening in the country. And I would still like him to respond to the last question you asked him about diversification of economy or what. He has not cleared the question very well. Thank you. That's my opinion.
All right, and thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What's your name and location?
This is Paul calling from Enugu.
Paul, you're welcome.
Okay. I think our politicians should remove mediocrity in terms of when we discuss the issues in Nigeria.
For example, what happened in MNA, as far as I'm concerned, the Easterners are not gathered as part of this country. Because if they are gathered as part of this country, what happened in MNA wouldn't have happened. Okay. They commissioned an uncompleted airport for us. And somebody will come and say that Nigeria is doing very well. As far as I'm concerned, even during Obasanjo's time, Nigeria has been a failed state, as far as I'm concerned. But it's more failed. Obasanjo succeeded better. You cannot compare Obasanjo in any way than with, what's his name? Our current president, Buhari. Okay. Take a look at Obasanjo's appointment. It was during Obasanjo that some persons came on board. Some persons like Suludo, with my own personal judgment, there's not any better CBN governor than Soludo. Somebody like, what's his name? Okonjo-Iweala came up. Obviously, and these guys did very well. Look at Goodluck's regime. See the Minister of Agriculture. The guy was wonderful, and he was everywhere. See policies, good policies that helped us improve in our production of rice, improved agricultural production. And somebody is saying that Nigeria has succeeded in this current regime. I see that mediocrity as far as I'm concerned. My word, but I think it's wrong for somebody to say that Nigeria,
You've made that point?
With this current government, is doing well.
Thank you. Thank you. You've made that point. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, then. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Alex.
What's your name and location?
All right. Good morning to the guests in the studio. This is Nam. I'm calling from Osaka.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I think it is high time we moved from this point of inherited faulty Nigeria. If you inherited a faulty car from your father, what do you do with the car or to the car? Would you repair it? Would you work on the car? So, granted, APC inherited a lot of problems from PDP. But the question should be, what have they done in changing the status quo? Are things getting worse? Are getting better? This question is going to Bubago Careful. I want to make it clear. Obasanjo was only outlining the divisive activities of this government that will automatically lead to a failed state. And I'm quite surprised that this government, instead of listening to the point being made by another statesman like Obasanjo, they are busy banding word with him, talking back at him. This is a mess. So why is it that whenever, yesterday, the president was on this same platform, he made wonderful analysis, and the way these people behave when they are choosing information ministers or SA, they go for volatile pundits. Then when they are going for ministers of works and other important areas, they go for mediocres. This is quite unfortunate. This is why some of us believe that this is
All right,
more or less...
we'll have to accommodate... I'm sorry, we'll have to accommodate other people. Let's quickly take some messages from Facebook. Ovunadi Clan from Aleki Kweneboin State says, the former president saying that Nigeria is a failed state is not a lie, but I think he's among those leaders to be blamed because I wish to ask the role he played while serving as a president of this country just to ensure that our economy is being diversified or improved. Therefore, I believe that Nigeria needs God's intervention. Richard George said, Nigeria is a failed state. I bet the APC man to point out one institution that's working in Nigeria. Let us move from this nonchalant attitude of praising visionless leaders. Let us take the messenger's message and not crucify the messenger. Oliver Chigozie Manyem says, many men says, Nigeria is indeed a failed nation and hopeless nation as well, a country where virtually nothing is working. Obasanjo, too, was among those that brought this calamity on us. It's a big pity being a Nigerian at the moment. And Ijagalo Ezenwo says, even without being told, we are all aware that Nigeria has completely failed. And Chukwuebuka Chukwudi is saying, to be very honest, that he's on his opinion, that Nigeria as a country has become worse than ever since the emergence of PMB's administration. Obija's regime was peaceful, to recall, unlike now. All right. You love political voices, and you love Dr. Augustine Okolie and Ebubago Kafo. I'm sure they'll love you right back. And the engineer Emmanuel C. Elum says, you see, that APC man there, he's no, come on. Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to say this to our guests. I'm sure if it's your father or uncle that is seated here, if I read out what you have written, you will not feel nice about it. So we have to treat others the way you would love to be treated. All right, then. So there are tons of messages on WhatsApp. There are tons of messages on WhatsApp, and it looks like Ebubago is not having fans today. This one says, please, I'm disappointed with Ebubago Kafo. Obasanjo is on point. Nigeria have failed woefully under Buhari's administration. Ebubago Kafo, in as much as you are supporting APC, doesn't mean you should not say the truth. May God have mercy on you. Okay, Kechibe from Anambra State. All right, let's take some more messages on WhatsApp. So, good morning, gentlemen in the studio. I'm brutally shocked that Chief Ebubago cannot liberate himself from the self-inflicted injury of enslavement in APC propaganda and in defending the indefensible of the total failure of the PMB-led APC government. It is important to warn Chief Ebubago. I doubt if his people would not demand for the withdrawal of his chieftaincy title conferred on him by the traditional ruler of his town. This is Peter from Lagos. Well, Ebubago will tell us whether they have given him that title. Ben Chukuma says, sincerely, Dr. Okolie have done justice to the matter. For Ebubago, please, have a rethink. Learn how to separate governance and politicking. All right, we'll come back. We'll take your comments because we'll take the news and we'll return to tie up the matter. We will. I'll start with you, Ebubago Kafo. They are giving you the title of chief. Chief Ebubago Kafo.
I am not.
You've gotten the feedback. I'm sure you get the point now. You get the vibe. You get the hang of what the people think and perceive about this particular subject matter. What's your response to all the comments you've heard?
My response is today I concede to Augustine. And I also appreciate the feelings of our people that, and I have consistently said that the security apparatus needed to be rejigged. That is my position. And in changing, like Borotai have made me, when you are making comments about these security chiefs, you must be very, very careful so that you will not be invited after your comment. But the truth of the matter is very clear that Borotai has not been the best. The chief of army staff, the chief of air staff, and the defense staff, all of them needed to be changed by President Muhammad. Having stayed over 6 years precisely, they ought to be changed by now because the results are not coming. The security situation has worsened than when they don't even know the reason for the problem. And that is the feeling of our people. I said it earlier and I repeated it. Then on Nigerian state failing, I said that Nigeria has never been the same. A caller said yes, Nigeria has been in disintegration. We have the team, we have the bureau, we have the northeast, we have the southeast. That's what they mean. Allow me, Augustine. I know you. I said I have considered today to you. You have instigated the people to call. They are not fighting. But the truth of the matter is that this government will do more to appease Nigerians and to correct some of the anomalies that Nigerians are feeling. All these feedbacks, the presidency are getting it, and I want to assure everybody that I will write a memo which I will also send, as I used to do. I will send to the presidency. They must also feel the pulse of our people. Then on the issue of MNA, let me tell you, what stopped the government of Enugu State from setting up a judicial commission of inquiry to unravel what happened in MNA? Is it the presidency that will do that? I want to congratulate and salute the Commissioner of Police in Enugu State, Abdurrahman. He has been doing his best. And this situation, it is not a question of police or DSS. It is the combination of the security, police, DSS, and so nobody will come and begin to say what happened at Emene is a very unfortunate situation, and I feel for our people, and my heart goes to all those that lost their lives in that mayhem. But the truth of the matter is that the government of Enugu State ought to have set up a judicial commission of inquiry to unravel what happened there, because I believe that this is just an unfortunate incident, and if that is done, and there will be more reason for people to begin to know and understand things and more corrections.
Okay, Dr. Augustine Okoli, let's take your final thoughts on this segment, because on the other side of 10 o'clock, we will look at the solutions to the problems.
Well, as you can hear, the juries have come to town. The Collins and whatever people, those who are listening to us, they have come up like a kind of a referendum. You cannot say Governor of Enugu State set up a judicial panel of inquiry to interview whom. This is a centralized military architecture that you are saying it should decentralize, so that governors will have the opportunity to be the chief security officers of their states. The police is from the presidency. The commander-in-chief commands the IG of police, the army, the air force, the 82 div and all this. They are being commanded by the commander-in-chief. It's not a case of governor. You see, we have not fully democratized in the sense that the state governors and local government chairmen and town union presidents can be able to exercise their powers as various chief security officers at various levels. We have centralized government in such a way that everybody takes permission and gets order from the above. So if you listen to our callers, you see that nobody has been sword in agreeing with Obasanjo that Nigeria has failed. And it's not only in security, it's also in economy. And you can see even the tripod of fighting corruption. The chief anti-corruption czar is at the moment the man the people of National Assembly say, look, don't appoint this man. This man has got integrity problem. But because of this way of I want to appoint my own people, the people I know, people who gave me 97%, they brought somebody who is, humongously corrupt, has been interrogated, has been indicted. The Attorney General of the Federation wrote his petition himself. It's not a case of a hearsay. And as we speak, even the former Secretary of the federal government is moving around the street. The man who was cutting grass with 200 million. So you can see they have failed in all aspects of their chosen area of pursuit. So for me, in other countries, government resign. Government do resign when they get kind of referendum that the people do not want, what they are giving.
All right.
So, but in this climb, it is a kind of occupation. People occupy space, and the people are crying.
All right. Dr. Okoli and Mr. Buba Wokafo, we will return after the news at 10 for the final lap of Political Voices this morning as we continue the discussions on the review of Obasanjo's comments on Nigeria as a failed state. At that point, we will take a look at the way forward. How do we get out of this problem? My name is Alex Obodo. Stay tuned right here on 92.5 Enugu's Dream FM.
Back to back.